How the fuck are we doing, y'all? It is currently 3:30 a.m. and yours truly can't sleep a fucking wink. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell a story. This story of mine is pretty personal to me, but I want to share it and I want to talk about it. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself once more for the people who don't know. My name is Saberui, Sabe, whatever you want to call me. I'm just a kid who likes to record videos in his room and just talk about his life. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not, go ahead and click off. You don't hurt my feelings either way. So this story goes all the way back to college once again. This is going to be the same college as in my last video. This is a story about some friends that I knew in college, or people who I thought were my friends at the time. So the main people involved are going to be my roommate, who in a previous video I called Anne. I'm going to keep calling her that. My roommate's boyfriend, who I'm just going to call Liam. Okay, so we've got Liam and Anne, right? And they introduced me to their main friend group that they made during the 2-week onboarding. They invite me to, eat lunch with them. We converse, we get close. I become a part of the friend group. It becomes a thing, It's kind of a nothing burger for like a month until shit starts going down. What kind of kicked it off is I made a report to the school about the behavior of that Liam person I mentioned earlier. I'm kind of not going to explain exactly why I made the report. I still stand by it even today. It's not like this is no kind of like mistake, right? I do not regret making this report. The school investigated them. Nothing came of it because they were able to kind of cover it up, but I still held the grudge, right? Which is where the issues began. I would tell people, I wasn't going to sit there and let this person do what they did. I think it's pretty easy to infer what I'm talking about, right? With the way I'm handling it. When new people would join the friend group or when I just run in, I would tell them because I felt like they need to know that. Well, word of me telling people this gets back to Liam, and since my roommate is dating this person, now my roommate's on my ass. But at this point, it's still only 2 people, so it's not a big deal. But then they start making up a lot of shit about me, and they start talking about just mainly making up lies. One of the funniest ones I've heard, actually, I only found this out a few days ago. One of the old people in the friend group told me on Instagram that they were saying I was breaking into cars in the neighborhood. I do not have the build to run from cops. I'm not going to risk college for that, dude. I'm going to college for basically free. They took a lot of issue with my substance abuse issues at the time, which I guess makes sense to a degree. It all came to a head one day after about a few weeks of this back and forth. We all kind of met up in the middle of campus, and we just start tearing into each other, I guess. It wasn't exactly it started out cordial. We wanted to just kind of talk about all the issues and like what's going on. No one was willing to give up any ground, which is including me, I'll be honest, because I still wouldn't give up that ground. And because of that, it kind of turned into a big argument. One night, I find out that they made up reports about me to the school as sort of like a revenge plot, which, mind you, took one meeting. And the school was like, yeah, you didn't do any of this. Nothing too horrible, just mainly stuff like, oh my God, he's smoking in his dorm, which I never did, right? They did it in their dorms. I didn't, which is hilarious. Once they did that, I decided there's no playing nice with these people, right? Because they did that after our little confrontation. I'm done with this shit, and I transfer. Best decision, right? That was a great decision. That school I was going to in the first place was kind of shit. I did 1 semester, right? I've still got a shitload of time. I'm gonna just fucking transfer. Fuck you. They find out about that. They get even more mad at me. They're saying I'm trying to run from them or whatever the fuck, which yeah, kind of. Eventually I just have enough of it, and I just block them all on everything, including the ones who were kind of chill with me, just because I was done with it all. I'm not trying to risk that. I'm just one guy. Things are quiet for a bit until I leave the campus. As I'm packing up to leave, they all kind of gather, and there's a soccer field right next to the parking lot, right? It is raining, and they all gather there and just kind of sit there on their phones, kind of looking at me as I'm packing up and leaving. I'm like, okay, that's odd, but it's not evil, right? It's just kind of weird. Packed up back home for a bit, just kind of chilling. And then they start spreading more and more genuine, direct harassment now, stalking. They go to a lot of my professional accounts accounts. I'm talking like my LinkedIn and shit, trying to contact ex-employers of mine, right? Which is hilarious to me. The reason that's hilarious is mainly because my ex-employer is just a distributor and they don't give a fuck what I do. So, I mean, it was big nothing burger, but when I found out about it, kind of confirmed the fact that like, I'm glad I don't talk to these people anymore, right? And then they start posting to their various stories. I only learned about this recently. Like pictures of me. Hey, this guy robbed a gas station. Hey, this guy's fucking running around campus being a freak, right? This guy's screaming. I'm not even on campus at this point. This kind of drives me crazy. But once the situation finally ends, I kind of crash out, right? And not in a like I'm so mad way. It was more in like my immune system gave out. I got severe anxiety, which I still have issues with today. Sickness, nausea, I just couldn't keep food down. Again, just something I deal with a lot. And I didn't really chill out completely until 2 weeks after. And I think I genuinely believe for that entire 2 weeks, I maybe got like a combined 28 hours of sleep, but eventually I chill out. And then recently I get texts from 2 people from the old friend group and they kind of update me on everything. These are 2 people who were all like on my side. They were in my part. They tell me about, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the rumors and the Instagram posts, but they also tell me how the friend group kind of changed after I left. My roommate and my roommate's boyfriend broke up. Like I just thought was like, you did all that just to fucking break up right after I leave, right? Like, okay. And then like 4 people got expelled. Doing the shit that they were accusing me of doing. The projection is crazy. But there was a time period, right? I guess I'm only really just now coming out of it where I can't trust people. Cause like, I mean, you make these friends, you meet these people that are like-minded, they're pretty chill, you know, genuinely like fun to be around. And then it just flips, right? And then you find out the kind of people they actually were. That kind of fucks with you a bit. It was only literally like days ago that I think I finally like gotten out of this fucking slump, but I couldn't trust anyone. And that included friends I already had before all of this, people I've known for years. Like, you know, that fucking Wojak, they don't know I'm an underground Spotify artist. That was like a lot of fucking like motivational speakers. Like, you just gotta find it in your heart to love again. Put yourself out there. Do it even if you don't like to. I don't think any of this is an exact science. You know, I just woke up one day and the anxiety was gone. I woke up one day and I was able to fucking do shit, right? And it's like recently I went through a similar slump, substance issues, and it's kind of made me realize that I feel like a lot of us are a lot stronger, I guess, than we realize. Like I'm not really trying to get all inspirational, right? Ooh, look at me, I'm a therapist. But it's kind of true. Every single one of these times I felt like I was like at my lowest. Even if I wasn't, it didn't matter where I was actually in life. It was the fact that I had lost something. But either way, I don't think it's the end of the world ever. And you know, here's a trick fucking Buspirone, bro. Damn, Buspirone's goated. But it's not bad to do stuff like that. You know, if that's what you have to do to go to work, do that shit, bro. I don't think anyone should be against that. Bit of a ranty one, bit of like it's just kind of like just yapping. And it's now 3:53. I've been recording for 24 minutes. It's an outlet, so I guess that's good. And people watching it, that's good too. I ain't no philosopher, man. I'm just here. So, I mean, if you're here, holy shit, you know, you sat through however fucking long this video is. If you want to hear me rant about some boring ass fucking life shit, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video, which will probably be another Minecraft one.